This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, I think you can take a great big sigh of relief and say that the Red Sox showed a lot of positive signs in starting off their final road trip of the regular season with an 11-7 victory against the Rays in Tampa, Florida on Friday night. First NESN reference right off the top. Lou Merloni, I'm not forgetting what Chris Murphy did in the bottom half of the ninth inning because that's going to drive everybody crazy. You got to get up Aroldis Chapman up in the bullpen when you have an 11-3 lead going to the bottom of the ninth inning. Forget about it. That's all said and done. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. I've called games in the Tokyo Dome in Japan, Dodger Stadium, Target Field, Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Jacobs Field in Cleveland, Globe Life in Arlington, and Granger Stadium in Kinston, North Carolina. Let's take a moment and remember the great Delmont Miller. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We are presented by 5 Hour Energy. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. Time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5 Hour Energy shots. Go to 5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. We do want to hear from you, our first-timers, our everydayers, our Royal Rooters. With us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button, join the conversation. You can also keep the baseball and Red Sox conversation going. Follow me, hit me up on the X at Lennox on Baseball. Garrett Crochet Day. It really, at this point in the season, is a must-win when Garrett Crochet takes the mound. He picks up the victory. Jarren Duran a big blast, and the Red Sox do win the opener. So, with that,
This is what you'll be talking about.
make a production mistake, I always tell you I'm going to fire the producer of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. That would be moi. Jarren Duran, at bat of the night. Positive signs. Bregman homers. Cedar Rafaela gets the job done as well. And I'll tell you what, as Duran hits that home run for the Red Sox and puts them in front and puts Crochet in line for the victory, that home run in the seventh inning, a bomb. According to Baseball Savant, it didn't go as far as we all thought it did. It went a long way. 2-run home run, then the Red Sox score 7 runs in the top of the 8th inning. The bullpen, until Murphy, was getting the job done. Slayton got the job done in the 7th. Kelly got the job done in the 8th inning. Murphy gives up 2 walks and a single, and then a grand slam. 4 runs, all with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 9th inning. I'll move on from that. But I'll tell you what. Bregman, the home run early on. Bregman walking a couple of times like that. Positive signs from Alex Bregman. You know what? Of the 4 hits that I love the most from Cedar Rafaela, I'm going to give you the first 2. The first one is the base hit that he had in the 7th inning against Clevenger in front of Duran. Duran hit the 2-run home run, 1 swing of the bat, the Red Sox up a run. But Cedar Rafaela with a 3-hit game in the 9th inning, barrels one up, and singles into center field for a 4-hit game. I love that. I actually was very excited sitting in my seat, kind of putting the wraps on my game story. And Rafaela with that 4th hit of the game, right back through the middle of the diamond. Go back, have that same approach tomorrow. Go and watch your 4 hits from Friday night. He's probably already got them in his memory. He's you know, maybe he goes over those throughout the night into Saturday morning in Tampa, Florida. But a good approach, barreling up. The double down the right field line. All night long, Cedar Rafaela in that number 9 spot. But that big 7-run 8th inning. And you're thinking, okay, no Whitlock for the 8th inning. And that's exactly what happened. Didn't need Whitlock. Didn't need Aroldis Chapman. Kelly did the job in the 8th inning, doing the same that Slayton did in the 7th. Retired the side, 1, 2, 3. This is a lineup, I'm not going to say similar to the Athletics, but they've just got a couple of pain-in-the-neck hitters. Yandy Diaz, you always have to give him credit. He's a big league hitter. He really is. A lot of teams would have loved him at the trade deadline. But you're up. And Crochet, we'll get into him in a moment. But the home run by Duran, the at-bat of the night, the 7-run eighth inning. The Red Sox, here's a number of the night for you. Now 22-0. I've said recently, and I do, it's a big number for the Red Sox. 5 or more runs, more often than not, they win games. But they're now 22-0 on the season when they score 10 or more runs. 2 home runs in the game, extra base hits. Nate Eaton doing a nice job. How about Eaton in the second inning? Infield base hit. Used his speed. I know he's fast. But you see Nate Eaton, you see him maybe take fly balls. You see him in the cage. You see him hit. You think this guy's a grinder. The old school grinder doesn't exist as much anymore. No matter what size you are. And Eaton can hit the ball out of the park. He's got a little pop in the bat. Is he a consistent home run hitter? Is he ever going to hit 15 home runs in the big leagues? I would say probably not. But Eaton, that base hit in the second, scores all the way from first base on a single to right center field off the bat of Nathaniel Lowe. And that's what you love to see. Eaton aggressive on the base paths, saw where the ball was hit, busted it to second base. Aggressive, hard turnaround second. Gave himself an opportunity to score all the way from first base as they were slow to get to the ball in the outfield. And then Kyle Hudson, they showed it on NESN multiple times. Dave O'Brien said it. Lou Merlone said it. Kyle Hudson was almost all the way down at the plate. He had a great read of it. And Eaton hustling, showing that speed. He's got to hustle everything out. And yeah, there was a time, I think it was on the homestand. I think it was against the Yankees. He tried to go to first to third. It was over aggressive. But I think part of that too, to my point, is he didn't necessarily get a good jump from first base. Duran's running. Duran always gives himself a shot out of the box for that extra base hit, that double, that triple. Nate Eaton's got to be that way too. And he is more often than not, but he's got to be that way all the time. Hamilton the same way. You can't be just running through the bag on a ground ball. A little error, a little miscue, not an error, but just a little bobble or a quick drop and a pickup. You can beat those out. I love to see that. That was great. Crochet gives up 3 runs, single runs in each of the first 3 innings, gives up 2 solo home runs, strikes out 9. I would love to see him cut down on the strikeouts, a little bit more contact, some outs early on or off in 4 pitches for hitters that he's facing, but you can't argue with Garrett Crochet. He was terrific. He was outstanding. Crochet's numbers, I mean, they really are terrific here. So Crochet picks up the win. Again, 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, did walk 3, don't like that number. Maybe if he, again, he's not always walking 3, right? He's going to walk, very few. But anyway, Crochet picks up the win. 17th now on the season. Crochet has given up 3 runs or less in 25 of his 31 outings this season. And after he gave up the 3 runs each in of the first 3 innings, scoreless the rest of the way. 4th, scoreless. 5th, same. 6th, scoreless inning. So he's now 6-0. The Red Sox are now 6-0 in his last 6 starts. You love that August, September. And they're 16-3 in his last 19 outings. That's just terrific. He gives up the solo home runs to Diaz and the rookie Carlson, or Williams, Carlson Williams. But when he gives up home runs, he's given up his share of home runs this year, but so many of them have been solo shots. So Crochet, 6 innings. Slayton got the job done. Kelly got the job done. Murphy, I don't know. One more point, then we're going to take a break. Numbers of the night coming up. And also we hear from you, our Royal Rooters. They're teasing us right now. Wilyer Abreu apparently en route to Florida. Why he didn't travel with the team? He had another workout on Friday back in Boston, recovery, all that stuff. Jemai Webster mentioned it on NESN. Dave O'Brien, Lou Merlone confirmed the same. If they're traveling him down for game 2 of the series, are you going to see Wilyer Abreu in the lineup Saturday night for the Red Sox? I'm hopeful. I'm giddy. I want him back in there. I want to see him in the lineup. I want to see him in right field. And Nate Eaton's not necessarily the guy that goes. But another move, a corresponding move is going to have to happen. I don't know that it's a pitcher, Chris Murphy, for Abreu, but we'll wait and see. Because at this point in time, if Abreu, plays on Saturday and all of a sudden feels something on Sunday, you send Nate Eaton out, you can't bring him back. And that you need Nate Eaton right now. Maybe it's Sogard, I don't know. but I really do want to see Wilyer Abreu back. Remember, when he went down in August with the calf injury, tagging up from third on a sac fly at Fenway Park, I still have it in my memory. I don't even remember who it was against, but I remember him coming down the line. Pulled up a little bit. Probably going to be a minimal stay on the IL. That was not the case. And that has been really the case a lot this year when a Red Sox player, pitcher or position guy, goes down. Oh, it's going to be a short stint. Think Justin Slayton. That wasn't supposed to be a long time. Turned into a lengthy stay, right? But it looks like Slayton is back. He could be huge here over the final week plus of the regular season. You hold control of what you can control. And right now, hey, we're all scoreboard watching, but the Guardians are scoreboard watching and saying, well, the Red Sox, best we can do is remain a game and a half out. And they've got 2 on Saturday, against Minnesota. We will scoreboard watch next. We'll also hear from you, our Royal Rooters. That's next. Locked On Red Sox Postcast. And we are presented by Zip Picks. Let's tell you about Zip Picks. Whether you're looking for a nicotine satisfaction or an energy boost, Zip Picks has you covered with their nicotine and their caffeine-infused toothpicks. Let's tell you about them. For nicotine users, Zip Picks provides a discreet way to satisfy those cravings that are at hand. And they also help with that hand-to-mouth habit as well with vaping or smoking. Zip Picks can be a helpful tool as you work to reduce your dependence on vaping. Available in 6 great flavors with 2 milligrams and 3 milligrams of nicotine options. And if you need energy without the crash, their caffeine toothpicks are a game changer. You may find it helpful to use the caffeine toothpicks before big meetings and long drives. They'll give you the energy without the jitters and the flavors like peppermint, watermelon, ice, exactly, and do taste great. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com. That's Zippix, Z-I-P-P-I-X, toothpicks.com. Use code Locked On. Again, that's use code Locked On for 10% off on your first order. Must be 21 years or older. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. That's zippixtoothpicks.com. Promo code Locked On. Zip more, smoke less with ZipPix toothpicks. Locked On Red Sox Postcast is also presented by 5 Hour Energy. Hey, caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5 Hour Energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs a caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee plus vitamins, plus B vitamins and nutrients, and 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What you're going to love most is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. You are going to love how fast it kicks in and that it's sugar-free. So you do not have to worry about crashing later. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. Time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5 Hour Energy shots. Get the favorites you love, or be bold and try something new. In-store and online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today. Back at it, Locked On Red Sox Postcast. Right here, we like to remind you, keep up with Gabby Maljanian and the latest Red Sox storyline. Gabby has you covered with Locked On Red Sox Podcast Monday through Friday, available wherever you get your podcasts. 11-7 the final as the Rays score 4 runs in the bottom half of the 9th inning. But the Red Sox do pick up the victory. The Red Sox, Alex Cora, did not have to go to Aroldis Chapman. I don't think he was completely hot, but they monitor that. He did get up to start throwing as Murphy gives up the grand slam, and then they had the tying run in the on-deck circle. That was turning in to a save situation for Chapman. Now, are you chasing a number there? No. You have him now available to go on Saturday along with Garrett Whitlock. Kyle Harrison makes a start, and I'll be honest with you, I'm excited about it. Kind of like Quinn Priester making one start for the Red Sox late in the season in 2024. I'm excited to see Harrison. And then Early goes for his 3rd big league start, and it's against somebody other than the A's as well, as he gets to start in the finale. You've taken game 1. And at this point in the season, it's cliche to say, but every victory is big. Every single win for the Red Sox right now is big. We know that, right? We simply know that every win is big. With Crochet on the mound to start and you're down early, but you chipped away, and he did a nice job coming back with the 3 scoreless innings after he gave up single runs in each of the first 3 innings. But Friday night, to start off a road trip with Crochet on the mound, going 2-4 against the Yankees and Athletics on your just completed homestand at Fenway, that was about as much of a must-win as you come across for the Red Sox right now. Because if you're down 0-1 in the series, you've got Harrison and you've got Early over the next 2 games. Well, not only did you get a victory in a Crochet start, but you also were able to save Whitlock and Chapman. That shortens up Saturday as needed. Is Harrison going to go 6? No, I don't know that he's going to go 5. But I'll tell you what, Tolley throwing heat against the Athletics on Thursday and a left-hander bringing that heat out of the bullpen, and he's equipped for it. He's got the mental edge to handle this. He can go out there and do it. Just throw gas and throw it by guys for 1 inning. He's going to be a weapon. Slayton, if he's back now, this is 2 straight strong outings in a row from Slayton. If he's back, you're really starting to set yourself up. The Blue Jays, I'm not worried about the division title right now. I think that's gone. The Blue Jays absolutely got thumped by the Royals. I'm not sure if that's gone final or not, but the Blue Jays were getting thumped. You've got an off day on Monday, then you've got it all set up. Giolito, Bayo, and Crochet. It's a big series because you need to keep winning baseball games if you're Alex Cora and the Red Sox. But you also want to send a little bit of a message to the Blue Jays saying, hey, remember when you came to Fenway and you thought you were going to bury us? Well, you didn't. Here we are. And we're knocking on the door as well. And I hope the Blue Jays wrap up. I think their magic number was 3 to clinch a playoff spot. They may very well clinch the division title while the Red Sox are in Toronto Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Guardians win. Hey, the Mariners beat the Astros 4-0. So that's actually a big victory right there for a big loss for the Red Sox when it comes to the Astros, because you have that tiebreaker as well. Okay, let's hear from you, our Royal Rooters. Couple more minutes left here in our Locked On Red Sox postcast, and we do get to you. Who is our leadoff hitter? Yeah, here we go. Emily Sox. Man, I thought Murphy was going to throw it away. Literally, LOL. Yeah, that wasn't fun to watch. And, he's trying. But the 2 walks, when he gave up the second straight walk, something bad's going to happen here. Then he got the second out. But then they loaded him up, and boom, 1 swing of the bat, 4 runs across on the grand slam. Emily Sox. How about the 8th? And not to mention out that low hit it to Lowe. Yes, he did. That's great. The Lowe brothers both scuffling at the plate a little bit, although Nathaniel Lowe did have the RBI single thanks to the wheels of Nate Eaton early on in the game in the second. Lowe's strikeout to end the game. Yes, he's really that'll be a tense family dinner, LOL. Yeah, and I believe Dave O'Brien said, mom, dad, family in attendance to watch them both play against each other. They've done it before, but now they do it, Red Sox and Rays. George White finally had the bats come to life, needed a win badly. Yes, indeed. And what that big 8th inning did, again, it allowed Alex Cora to say, hey, we got other arms in the bullpen. Come in, get the job done. Kelly did. Murphy got the final out, but he did give up 4 runs in that bottom half of the 9th inning. I'm not going to forget that. Sorry, Lou Merlone. Gary, Sadon finally waking up. It's 1 game. Yes, it is. Not going to get too excited. I am. But we need it. Great to see. 100%. Showing signs. And he walks away from the ballpark in Tampa, Florida tonight feeling good about himself. He hasn't had a lot of that here since the All-Star break. Parquet Poppy, I'm going to keep my reservations because this team likes to score in bunches for 1 game, then nothing the next game. Good win, though. It is a good win. It's a great win. Let me give you this against the Rays this year. I think I have it somewhere in here. The Red Sox have dominated the series. The 2 wins for the Rays, they've scored 26 runs. Remember that 1 game where they scored 16 down in Tampa early on in the regular season. But the Red Sox have now won 7 straight against Tampa Bay, 9-2 this season against the Rays. And I believe in the 9 losses for the Rays against the Red Sox, they've scored a total of 19. It might be more now, and maybe I didn't add on with the 4-run bottom half of the 9th inning against Chris Murphy. That did happen. We're not going to forget that one. Gary, too bad Cleveland going to win again tonight. Yeah, but you stay a game and a half up, and they're not adding games to the schedule. 9 days left in the regular season. Cleveland has a doubleheader. That's where you get the half game back against Minnesota on Saturday. A doubleheader, you hope for a split. You win game 1, then you get greedy, and you want a sweep of that. We'll see how that plays out. George, Murphy can cause issues with walks. Yes, he can. Guardians have Twinkies, I think, for 3-game series. It's 4 because they have 2, which will be tough for us. Yes. Then they play the Tigers. Yes, who they swept. It's been a great run for the Guardians. You have to tip your cap to them. But overall, games, baseball's a game of percentages. Things kind of come back to the track. I mean, are they going to continue this? Are they only going to have 2 or 3 losses over their final 17, 18 games of the season? I find that hard to believe. I really do. Gary, real quick, going to be tough. Yeah, it is. But this time of the season, they still have the lead. Cleveland is looking up. That's the big positive right now. Paul in Australia, welcome in. Scoreboard watching. Yanks, Jays, Astros all lose. Good day. Onwards and upwards. Yeah. So 2 back, even with the Astros, 2 back of the Yankees, and you have the tiebreaker over both of those, and you also have the tiebreaker over the Guardians as well. Last one from Paul. Bregman, Raffy, Durant, all hitting. Keep it going. Paul, appreciate you checking in. Hope your Saturday's off to a great start. Actually, what are you, mid-afternoon at this point in Australia? As always, we say thank you. We got to get out of here. Locked On Red Sox postcast. You know what we say right here. We remind you that we're going to be on within minutes of the final out. Game 2 of the 3-game series in Tampa, Florida against the Rays, with Kyle Harrison making his first start in a Red Sox uniform. We're going to be on within minutes of the final out Saturday night with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. As always, we throw a tip of the cap to you, our Royal Rooters, for helping us make this the number 1 place to hang out immediately after every Red Sox game. Locked On Sports, the Locked On Podcast Network, your team, your Red Sox, every day.